show. Hi, everybody.
It's nice to be back.
Look who's here. Oh, I did it right. Right. Sharon's here.
Nice to be
So,
back. You
yep.
you are joining the land of retirees.
Yes.
It took
Thank
me
goodness.
it took me quite a while to get used to it. I officially retired in 2019 from teaching, and then
Wow.
I filled in for another 3 years because I just couldn't tear myself away. And, I could choose my dates and stuff. But then finally when I was 68, I said, "Okay, I'm done now. I'm good."
Yeah. Well,
But I had a
well,
fantastic career. I look back fondly on it.
yes. I'll get there eventually, but this is a
Oh,
little bit different than what
oh,
I had
no, no,
planned on.
absolutely. No, I'm not comparing it to you at
No, but
all.
it's not what I planned on. I mean, I couldn't even
No.
have it's like my office. I retired on February 8th.
Mhm.
And it was right after we got the hr@opm.gov fake emails, and we were all hitting spam phishing on it. But and I had planned to work for another year, but
Right.
my office, they were like, "Oh, can't we have a party?" And I'm going, "You're not understanding what's about to happen here." I was like,
Mhm.
"I don't want a party. This is not happy. I'm
Mhm.
trying to escape." I was
Mhm.
like, "I'm trying
Glad
to
you
get out so I can speak."
I'm glad
So
you did.
yeah, because I know that I would have been dinged, and with my old channel out there, I was
Mhm.
thinking because the Heritage Foundation was hunting federal employees who weren't loyal, and I was like, "Well, I'm not gonna be loyal, so I'm gonna get." But I had 34 years, and there was no way they were gonna do me that way. So
Right.
I retired. I just
Good for
did
you.
my full
I think you
but
did the right thing.
I did, and I wanted to get out here and speak, and so here I am.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Oh,
'Cause
well,
the
we're rooting for you. I mean, it's not
yeah,
I mean, we're crying for you too. We just can't believe what's going on.
yeah, it's
And it's
awful.
and it scared us really this last federal election. It really scared us that Polyev was going to get him because Trudeau was tanking so
Mhm.
badly. I mean, he needed to go.
Right.
He'd done his time, but the only alternative was Polyev, and he was going to win. And thank
Yeah,
you, T. Rump, because
I know.
you did your shenanigans with the tariffs and everything. You got us Canadians banding together and really finding our spirit and going, oh no, elbows up.
Yep, I'll
you
go to
know,
that Canada, and I have
yeah,
my, "Dear Canada, we
I
hate them
know.
too"
Thank
T-shirt on.
you. Well,
Solidarity.
I should find a dear USA. We're rooting for you. I mean,
Yeah.
the non-megas, right?
Well,
So,
let me just tell the audience here and welcome everybody.
mhm,
First of all, welcome to, all our subscribers and, the moderators and everybody out there. This is gonna be a little bit different than what we normally do when I do political. I'm usually focusing more on the United States, but today, in honor and in support of Canada. We've
mhm.
got our Canadian over here, not my fellow, but I'm USA, but she's Canadian over here, and
I
she knows what's going on up there.
got my polar bear hat, although that's giving
Yeah.
the wrong impression. We're not I mean, there's still Americans that think we all live in igloos and don't have any electricity.
No. Well, we've got idiots here too. Sorry.
I know.
But I mean, I'd like this to be more we're gonna do more of a slant on looking at Canada.
Mhm,
And I know there's some Canadian viewers in the audience out there.
mhm.
So feel free to let us know where you're from in Canada if you're out there and or just
Yeah.
region or whatever. So I don't know. So where should
Yeah,
we
so
begin?
as I was saying, I have to thank, T. Rump because, he did the tariffs and stuff like that, and he started
Mhm.
fighting back, and that put, anyways, then Trudeau thankfully stepped down,
Yeah.
and Mark Carney won the this is what's great about our system is that, the prime in an election, it's the Liberals win,
Mhm.
and say Trudeau's he's the head of the party, but anytime during the, term, he can step down and somebody's elected by their party,
Uh,
to become the new leader. You don't have to have you don't have another election, although we tend to have elections every 4 to 5 years, and then
I have a
What's
question to ask about that, though.
Yes,
So, I
absolutely.
mean, I'm trying to learn about
Yeah,
your system. I've been trying to follow along what's going on up there. So, do you vote for the party then
yeah.
instead of the person? So,
Yeah. Well, you vote for the individual, person that's running and you're riding. You call it a what do you call it?
primary,
No, not primary. We have those where they have with
general
let's
election.
within, let's say, the Liberals, they'll have their party meetings, like, locally and stuff like that, and they'll elect a candidate.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Like the DNC and the
yeah.
okay,
So
like
we have
who?
we have,
Oh, get it.
Fatima from Toronto and Corey from Manitoba.
Wow.
Welcome. Anyway, so when we vote, we're voting for the local candidate.
Okay.
And let's say the Liberal wins, then anyways, it's called a seat. It's a riding, and you win your seat in Parliament. And they have to get something like to have a majority. I think you have to have something like 173 seats.
Mm-hmm.
And we're just shy. Liberals were just shy of that. We're 169, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's been going back and forth with some close races. But so he's got a minority, but he's got a pretty big minority. He just has to sway a few people from, let's say, the NDP or the Bloc Quebecois, to support him on any bills. But what I like about the Canadian system is that when they drop the writ, like it used to be for federal elections, 60 days of campaigning. That was it. Provincially, like your state election, it was 30 days. Now it's changed. It's about 60 days for the provincial, and now it's become 90 days. Uh, it depends on what they decide. Like
Okay.
Mark Carnier, not
Um,
Carnier, Carney.
Carney.
I don't know why I'm saying that. Mark Carney, I forget. It wasn't very long. I don't think it wasn't even 60 days. He just, we're doing it. Let's do it. So, but thanks to T Rump, he was supporting Polyev, and Polyev was going to win, and we're going no, 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 because he's a mini Trump. He's been down to Mar-a-Lago many times.
I know, but it's the kiss of death whenever he supports anybody. So that was good.
Yeah, exactly. That was good. So we got, and Mark Carney is so bright. Oh, Karina's from West Coast Canada, but currently in Mexico. Yes, we have a lot of West Coasters that go down to Mexico for half the year.
Yeah.
Even people here on my island, they go and spend 6 months there, and then 6 months back at home.
You're in the West too, aren't you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm right on the coast. I'm right in between the West Coast and Vancouver Island. If you look on the map, it's a very big island.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
So right in between, and I'm on one of the Gulf Islands. I'm in paradise.
That sounds good.
I know it. Every time I drove to work, which was like 18 minutes to the other end of the island. Actually, it's about 30 minutes in Dan. I go by this magnificent lake, and I go, who has a commute like this? I mean, how blessed am I? Yeah. And then working in a small school and beautiful staff, and the kids are different brand. I remember we took if I'm talking too much, just interrupt. But I remember years ago, we took a middle school group up on one of the local mountains on Vancouver Island on a ski trip. And I was married to my husband at that point, and my daughter was on the ski trip with her class. And so anyways, we're getting on the lift, and the lift operator says, because what we had done so we could keep track of our kids is we put, that flagging tape that surveyors use. It's a bright,
Yeah.
yeah, neon pink. Anyways, we
Mm-hmm.
pinned, a length of it on the back of their jacket so you could see them, be on the chairlift, and you see, oh, there's one of ours, there's another. So if some had an accident or something, you could spot them right away. Anyways, the lift offer, it just said to us, are you connected to that group of students with, with the pink ribbon on? I said, yeah. And I said, well, I just have to tell you that group is so polite and so wonderful. I just had to say something.
Oh,
So
that's wonderful.
yeah, I know. And it's middle school kids. So yeah, it's nice to be part of that kind of community.
Oh, that's awesome. It definitely is. All right. Well, I think we probably ought to get into this. And by the way, guys, if you guys have questions out there, again, feel free to post them, all caps if you can. Oh,
Fatima
wait.
says, as soon as Mark Carney came into the picture, I got a good vibe. Told hubby and sons to vote for him. Yay. Yeah, no, he's so smart. And then he can retort back to Trump, but he does it very smartly. Like when he was in the White House,
Yeah.
and yeah, and he said, about Canada being for sale, and
Never.
Mark says, well, in real estate, there's some things that are never for sale. For example, here,
No.
the White House and Buckingham Palace, and I've been around the country talking to the owners of Canada, and they say, no, we're not for sale. It's just the way he did it was.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah,
I just think it's ludicrous that, and I the only thing I was laughing about with that, and of course it was to our detriment for being stupid in 1812. I mean, I do know about how we went up to the fort and started attacking Canada, trying to get it.
You mean 1812?
1812, and then you guys all retaliated and burned down the White House. And I was thinking, boy, Trump's pretty stupid. It's like he didn't learn from the last. But then again, he doesn't know history or care.
No, he doesn't. Or geography.
Or anything. And Greenland, what's going on? Come on. And the Panama Canal, really?
Oh,
So it's just,
God.
he can't even run this country. He's not going to be able to run anybody else's.
Well, he's a Putin wannabe. He went into Ukraine. He figures, I can go into Canada.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah.
I thought that's what he's trying to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Except nobody wants to be at war with Canada. So
yeah. Well, one thing I do want to read on is what is Putin thinking about him now? Like, what do you think he's got planned for him?
Okay.
Because
why don't we do that? Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's start some cards on it. And don't forget, folks, for entertainment purposes only.
Yes. I support that. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay. So what does Putin have planned for Trump? Because he's not happy.
Finally. I don't know. Or he thinks he's going to bully Putin around by doing this. That's kind of what I have
a follow-up question. Then we'll go with the Canadian bent. The follow-up question is, when Putin is dying, like he knows he's dying, is he going to bring T-Rump down with him by releasing some things? Okay. Oh, we got somebody with
a language. I don't know. Gray Raven, we don't understand you.
Okay. Oh, they did it. The Annabelle on tour. I don't know what that means.
Oh.
Okay. So
I have to do this. All right. Our first question is it what does Putin think of?
Yeah. What has he got planned in retaliation to Trump?
Okay. Yeah, just make sure I'm focusing on it.
In retaliation to Trump's latest comments.
You don't hear all the thumps anymore, do you?
No.
Good. Finally fixed it.
All right.
It was one of the things I was working on while I was off. This situation sorted out. So
yeah.
Because it just wasn't. Let's see. What just Putin thinking?
Oh yeah, that anonymous mentioned something in 38 days. Yeah, I would like to look into that too. All right. So what is?
I don't even know what anonymous said. So I was looking for it. I never could find it. So.
All right. Let's go.
Okay.
Ooh. Oh, not good cards.
Right, these aren't. This deck isn't reading for me on this. I have to use a different deck.
Mm. May I go?
Yes, you may.
Okay. Well, the first card is the magician. I think he's thinking up all sorts of things he could do. But the first card out is loss. Oh, he's scheming up something so that Trump loses. Um, Probably to do with money. I think also he is thinking about what he could like. I think he knows that he's not long for this world, and he's thinking ways of bringing him down. And here, and then coupled with the death card. So, so when he's got, yeah, I think he's thinking of ways of bringing Trump down. Yeah, he's working hard on it. He's getting the receipts together.
Yes.
Yeah, to tarnish that star.
Yep.
And then people are going to have to change their minds about, the mega, right?
Yep.
I think he's going to ruin that relationship that Trump has with his MAGA, and Trump will be forever on the defensive. So I think he's got some things planned to bring him down because he knows he's not long for this world.
You know, Putin isn't long for this world, or Trump?
Putin.
Okay.
They both are. On the next card underneath is they're walking away, right? Leaving.
Yes. Oh.
Hi, Buzz Jay.
Hey, Buzz Jay. All right. So for Putin, I've got the filmmaker. So, I mean, he's busy directing his show pretty much with his attack on Ukraine. He's going to keep doing what he's doing with the high priestess. He's not willing to make any changes. I'm not feeling. I know that this is usually not what this card is, but the way I'm reading this particular one.
Yeah. Use your intuition.
Yeah. With the public defender here, with the Queen of Wands, he's just going to keep putting out his own story for what's going on. Like, he doesn't like Trump pushing back, and he's going to continue to show strength.
Yeah.
And then I have the death card as well. So this is kind of like he's going to keep, and this is more or less what Putin's doing towards Ukraine, which I hate it, but that's what my cards are saying. When I clarified, I also got the 8 of Cups, and this one says indolence, or it can also be self-confidence, just walking away or giving up. So it could be there. I think, no, you know what this one is to me? And we're talking about, these cards are backwards, about Trump. I feel like for him, he knows that if he pushes back on 45, that he'll give up. So it's kind of what I'm getting. And I get the 7 of Swords also here, futility. So it is kind of that situation where it could be some sort of defeat that is not telling the truth, like it's stealing something. It's this in this one, I am getting that. And I have the Chariot, though. It just feels like he's just going to keep going and doing whatever it is he's doing. He's not going to stop. He's just going to keep doing what he wants to do. He doesn't care, and he's going to show. That's what I get. I just don't think that he is fazed by or I-47, which is illegitimate set 47. So
yeah.
So
I don't think he actually won in 2016 either.
Well, that one I'm a little less feeling that way, but this time around, he had stolen the documents, and I had to take the Federal Records Act training every year. It's the same thing as the Presidential Records Act, and it states that if you have documents, whether classified or not, you are ineligible from holding public office. So I could not have my job if I did that. So
the Supreme Court,
that's a one disqualification. The second disqualification is the insurrection. So there's 2. He should not have been up there. So
and
to
what
me,
about being a felon?
Well, there's that too. That's a high crime and misdemeanor. So he shouldn't be there. He's not qualified.
No.
So I don't care. I'm saying it. Come for me, bro.
Yeah, really. Oh my God.
Yep. My
You
ancestors
notice
were
it's
here.
the women that are standing up to him that don't
Huh?
have any trouble. You notice it's the women that don't have any trouble
Yeah.
standing up to him.
Oh, they've been standing up. They were standing up to him.
Oh yeah, all along, but it's the women who've got the backbone.
Yeah. Well, some of the men are starting to do it, but yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
starting.
some of the weren't we talking backstage about how the law firms are starting to push back and
Yes.
they win. And
Yeah.
it's if you just
They're
let them
winning.
do whatever, you lose.
Yeah. It's
That's
just
why
the
we
hassle and the time it takes to get
Yep.
these cases through. So
That's why we must be doing YouTube and we must fight back in whatever ways that we
we
can.
must. Um,
Let's do the follow-up to that.
I
Do you
forget
remember?
what it was.
Yeah, we were looking at
At Putin and
Putin and Trump, and then we were going to see something else on. I forgot to.
yeah, I forgot.
Well,
Everybody else remembers.
we're looking at. Well, let's look at what else do you want to look at for Canada, possibly.
Well, I want to know what happens to Poilievre. Is he going to lose his leadership? Because right now he doesn't even have a seat.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Let's see. Let's do. Is he going to win his seat?
Okay.
I think they've
For the
some guy
Conservatives.
has stepped aside. Like he lost his own seat, and then one of the members of Parliament stepped aside for him to run in his riding. So a special election will win that seat. Let's see.
So is Poilievre very corrupt up there? Would you say?
Yes.
Okay. I want to take this time to learn more about what's going on up there too. So
Yeah. No, he's a Trump wannabe. He's been down to Mar-a-Lago many times. No, he's far right.
Yeah.
It's the Conservative Party of Canada, and he's far right. Also, he has never held down any job except politics. He's been in politics all his life. He's never worked in private industry, anything like that. But he's just a political hack. So,
that's not.
I don't know. This is really interesting. He's going to win because I've got Temperance.
Okay.
And King of Pentacles. That's how that would be him. He's like a Trump wannabe. And then walking away.
Good. That's not bad.
No, I mean, it's bad for him. I don't feel.
Yeah, well, we don't care about that.
Is he going to win? I'm going to check it with a pendulum as well, if I can find it.
All right. Well, I'll go through my cards really fast while you're looking for your pendulum. I've got the moon. So for him, it's even a mystery for him. He's not even so sure that his future is very bright. It's not looking very good. But I have the Knight of Wands, so he does still want to forge ahead. He still wants to try. The Wheel of Fortune, I'm feeling like the timing is not on his side right now. Like it doesn't feel like, I know this is a lucky card, but I just feel like I'm getting timing from this because I get the Tower also. So it feels like his future, he doesn't know, but he's just going to push forward anyway, but he's going to come up against the Tower. And then I have the Queen of Pentacles reversed, which is my security card because she's secure with all of her money, but it goes this way. So it feels like it's not so good. Not so good for him.
Okay, so is he going to lose his leadership then?
Okay, I need to look at that.
Is he going to lose leadership of the Conservative Party? He's got little beady Weasley eyes.
Just like 45. They sound like the lookalikes too.
Well, as soon as Mark Carney was voted in as leader, and then I felt immediately safe. It just went,
That's how I felt when Biden.
Yeah.
I cried when the other one happened.
Oh, I cried.
Wait, is he gonna win? I'm gonna pull 3 and see.
I remember when Obama was elected, my daughter was at university and she phoned me and she said, Mom, you should see it out here. It was at the University of British Columbia. Everybody's outside and they're all linked in arms and they're singing. Like they were just so, wow.
I still have the newspapers from when he won. And it's interesting too because of policy back then, and I was a moderate Republican. I didn't vote for him, but I was in happy tears when he won because I was like, "This is a magnificent thing that just happened. This is why this country is so great." And I was like, I was behind him. I wanted him to succeed. It's just on a policy thing I had a problem with, but generally, I thought he was a very good president. And I still have the newspapers from that. I've
I
saved
think he
it.
was a great president as well.
It's very important what happened.
Oh, and this is another thing I wanted to look at. Karina says, Pierre Poilievre, she says PP.
Okay.
Yeah, little PP pants. No longer qualifies to live in the official residence. Will they kick him out? He's still in we have an official residence for the leader of the opposition, which is different from the US as well.
So you have like two
residences, one that the PM lives in, and of the liberals, but the winner of the opposition, whatever party wins that, the leader lives in the official residence. I think it's called Stornoway. And yeah. Anyways, as far as him winning, about keeping the leadership, I have the devil. I think that people are seeing him as he truly is. And I think they're going to kick his butt. They're going, no, we need a new leader.
Yeah, go get him with that.
Yeah. And yeah, he's in for a surprise. No one wants the emperor or those friends of the emperor. And people are going to be celebrating that he's going to be kicked out of the leadership too. And kicked out of Stornoway. Okay.
Well, I wonder. I have a really quick. Are you still pulling cards?
No, I'm just putting them out.
Because I got the 10 of Swords, the 3 of Swords, and the Emperor, which is the significator here. I just pulled 3.
Yeah, so same thing. Yep.
Would be.
Okay, well, shall we do he no longer qualifies to live in the official residence.
Okay.
I guess they were waiting until see if he wins that seat or not, right?
I don't know. Possibly.
Okay.
You're asking the audience.
Okay, will they kick him out? All right. Well, I just got the tower. I just split the deck and got the tower.
Oh, wow. See?
Will they kick him out?
We need that to happen down here because, oh my God. And the GOP is just useless down here. How is your conservative party, would you say, in comparison to ours? Well, ours isn't even conservative. What am I talking about? They're MAGA.
No, it's gone far right since the days of Stephen Harper. He's conservative, and Stephen Harper was the the prime minister before Trudeau, and but Poilievre is taking it further right, like to MAGA right.
Oh, it's just sick.
Yeah.
It makes me sick.
So will they kick him out? Yeah, I think so. I mean, here's the end of the cycle, right? 10. He wants to hang on, legacy and everything, but he's done. And the Empress is bringing in something new. So, no, they will kick him out.
Yeah, I got the 6 of Pentacles. So again, we've got the Justice in here.
Yeah.
The Knight. Actually, this should be this way. Potential. This should be this way. Potentially is going to be out of there. Somebody else is going to be taking over, who will be more comfortable in there. He's not going to be it. He's not there but for honorable reasons. He's up to no good. He'll get the house back. Yeah, they'll get that house away from him.
Yeah.
He won't be able to stay if he doesn't.
Well, no,
win.
if he doesn't win that seat, then he
Mm-mm.
can't stay. And then he looks like he's not going to win the leadership. Like they're not going to keep him as leader. That's the other thing is anytime the party, Conservative Party, can say, look, we want you to step down, and now they can do it. They'll force him to leave, and then they have another. It's called a leadership review, and they have
Mhm.
another election within the party to vote in a new leader. So, I mean, this can happen at any time.
Right. Well, here Fatima is saying that the premier in Ontario, Ford, I know who he is from the same party as Paul, and he does not like.
No,
He doesn't.
no, he doesn't. No.
Doesn't like him. Yeah. I've seen that the Ford.
Yeah, Ford. I mean, he's
TV
not a very bright guy, but he was really,
push him
really good.
back.
No, but he's fighting back. Yeah, he's a
Yeah.
scrapper. And he really got into the elbows up and stuff like that. And Canada's not for sale. Yeah, he really did. And against the tariffs. And so, no, he doesn't like Polyev. And there's not many people that do.
No, but that's what's important, though. Even if you don't agree politically, everybody should be pushing back on this, and that's getting
exactly. Yeah, no, he was Ford was coming from a Canadian point of view, not that he was a conservative in Ontario. So they're saying that Polyev's wife is shady. I don't know anything about her. So okay, what else can we look at?
Did I have anything else in here? I don't know what that is. I'll wait.
I wonder what will happen to the tariffs regarding Canada.
Oh, okay. Yes, we can look at the tariffs. Oh my goodness.
Well,
yeah, and it's just us having to pay for it. It's not even you guys. It's just us. Everything's going up for Americans.
Exactly. That's what I saw a little short of someone trying to explain to a guy that sold T-shirts and stuff like that on the streets of New York City. And he was talking about the tariffs. And he said, well, the Canadians will have to pay for it. They pay for it. No, that's not how it works. The person that imports your shirts, whatever, or China, whatever, imports your shirts, has to pay that tariff. He's not going to eat it up. He's going to pass it on to you, the consumer. No. And it took him a few times to explain. He went, oh.
People are learning. It's like, just watch Ferris Bueller's Day Off and watch the part where Ben Stein.
Yes. Yep. Okay. So will Trump reduce or remove the current tariffs on Canada?
Okay.
Goods. And I tell you, we're still like, I go to the grocery store and go, oh no, that broccoli's from the US, not buying it.
Yes. Well, I was trying to find Canadian coffee around here and I can't find it. And Tim Hortons is made in America. So I was like, this stinks.
Coffee is crap anyway.
I can't find any.
Yeah.
There's nothing, because I'm looking, because I'm trying to support.
Yeah.
But what do you do?
Energy and tariffs. The Trump is. Good.
Maybe. I've got kind of a yes, but it's going to require pushing back.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, what's the bottom card? Yeah, it's still worrisome.
Yeah.
Nine of Pentacles. I mean, this is Trump.
Me.
Oh, we'll reprint all this stuff, No, your consumers pay for it. And of course, he's holding out. But I think eventually he'll pull back on them. There's the government card. And then, yes, I think he eventually will reduce it. Eventually.
Yes. Well, I've got the
but it doesn't look good. Yeah.
Yeah, 7 of Pentacles, and it's just like, oh, what are we gonna do about this situation? This to me is like the tariffs are coming. I think it might take a little bit of schmoozling the orange a little
Yeah.
bit. You probably can see some success here with that. And again, I got my little potential card. It's a possibility. It's
Yeah.
going to
It's
take a little
slow.
while, but with the sun coming out on it, it's
Yeah.
very possible
Oh, I did
that
get the SIM card. Yeah. Yeah.
you did good.
Yeah, I think I did.
Timmy's coffee tastes like
It
warm
was
pepper dirt.
oh, it's terrible.
It wasn't that bad, although now
You know,
I'm
when
I'm
I took
drinking
the
a
kids
Maryland brand now, so
when I took the kids across
it's possible.
Canada, sometimes you didn't know where the local really nice coffee shops were, and you were on the highway. So yeah, you stopped at Timmy's because it was just a little grade above the gas station coffee. So
So like our Dunkin'
also
Donuts.
cheap food that was better than McDonald's.
Yeah.
So
Well, I mean, I don't know. I was just trying to at the time because I was so peeved that he wanted to take over Canada and all this stuff. I was just like, I have to do something.
yeah,
So,
exactly.
because it's just, I mean, I think we feel kind of helpless down here because we don't want this battle with Canada.
No, no, and
And
the thing is, nobody's going to the States.
and I can't say I blame you because I'm hearing about people coming over just as tourists and
Yeah,
getting detained. And I'm
yeah,
thinking, this is crazy. They just want to come to vacation.
yeah,
Although, if you don't want to, it's completely understandable. So, and I actually wanted to, because I've never had my passport. I have to get an appointment with my post office to get that picture, but I need to go get it. And I also want to get that little card so that I can cross over into Canada. And now I'm
oh,
kind of afraid. Will they
next
let me come in?
Canadian, I don't think the Canadians will give you any hassle. It's going the other way.
I don't know. Well, that's another thing too. So the
Yeah.
other concern for people leaving the country and trying to come back, even for citizens, is if we have some kind of social media or something, are they going to like give us a hard time in America? So I'm kind of hesitant to leave the country anyway. I'm thinking I'm never going to get to go travel the world now because of all this.
Well, not a good time to travel as a tourist
Oh,
anywhere as an American. I wouldn't.
I know. I'm like afraid. What, you know, and I love history and I love
Me too.
I want to see the world and
Yeah.
appreciate other people's countries and their, you know, whatever. I can't think of the words, but it's just their cultures or whatever. I just, you go and you learn and you keep your mouth shut and don't act like a crazy American. That I know. I just want to be like, go and be a guest in someone's country. That's how I look at it. It's like
Yeah.
to travel is you're a
E
guest in someone else's country.
Eleanor echoes what I was saying. She
Yeah.
says you'll probably have more problems getting back to the United States than going to Canada.
See, and I've thought of that and I'm thinking this is ridiculous.
Mhm.
So it's just sad.
And she said that she canceled travel plans out of the country because of what's going on.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really sad.
My partner goes to the States quite a bit on business, and I'm asking her, please, please, just don't do it anymore until
Yeah.
things get better.
Yeah. We just have to wait let things calm down, I think.
Yeah,
Just,
yeah.
well, what else do we have you want to look at?
Oh,
What can we look
I want to know like what Canada is presently doing. What Mark Carney is doing very, smartly is getting other people, other countries to buy products. So leaning more towards the European. So I guess the question would be, will we be successful at getting other markets to sell our goods rather than the U.S.? I mean, we're the U.S.'s biggest trading partner. I
at?
can't.
It's a face palm. The whole thing is just.
Okay. Will Carney and his government be successful in securing other
Yeah.
markets besides the U.S. to sell their goods?
Yeah, just for those that just got here, we are reading on politics, but we're doing this more with a Canadian, from the Canadian perspective, and reading mostly on that.
And
So
we'll be able
yeah.
to, County's government be able to negotiate
Yeah.
the markets for our goods.
Okay.
What does that look like? What's the energy around that?
Oops, my mouse.
Well, I cut the duck.
Oh well. Well, good. That's a reader seeing ends by fall. Yeah, I don't know. I see other things I can't say on YouTube, so
Right.
let's just. I saw the Butler thing, and I saw that, and I also saw it the same day. I told my family in the morning it's going to be a MAGA, and that afternoon,
Yep.
what happens?
Exactly.
It might be psychic or something. No, I mean that was pretty crazy. I couldn't believe. All right, will you be successful? Yeah. I think you will.
I think so. I got a 7. I think we'll get a better harvest that way. Looking at other markets, that's the energy that we're eating, and basically putting the U.S. on hold. And seeking, we got secret agendas where we've got secret deals that we're making with other countries, and F him, F-47, leave him out in the cold. I think it's a smart decision on our part, and it's the death of our relationship with the U.S., and we're moving on to the sun here.
Yep.
Yeah, moving on to other deals. Yeah, I think it'll be fine.
Yeah, I do think that you will be successful. I've got the 4 wands, and it feels like there's a party coming because you guys are going to find something. You do have to stand your ground with the strength card here, and with the 9 of wands is also a very stability card. However, there are some concerns right now about that. And then I think part of it also has to do with the talks with the U.S. But with the magician, it does feel as though you guys have the tricks of the trade. You're going to be able to finagle some of the situation.
Other irons in the fire.
Yeah.
I also
sacrifice.
You're finished. Sorry.
Yeah. But
I do worry about the auto industry because it's so, so intertwined with Canada.
I know, but it's so stupid in so many ways. And it's like not all the parts are made in the same place.
I know. It's crazy. I didn't know it was that crazy. It went back and forth.
Yeah, but I mean, that's with everything. Like the telephones, the cell phones are like that. There's pieces made, little intricate parts in different countries. There is no way that all of this stuff can be made in America. And Americans don't want to be doing that work. That's another thing.
That's the other thing. I know. He's saying bring it back here. Well, it's going to take, even if you could do it, it's going to take you 10 years or something to get things online, to build factories and train the workers and
go backwards
in the first place.
Yeah, we're going back to the 50s, 60s, and 70s here. It's like, I don't want to go back in time. We were making progress, but he's taking the whole country backwards.
Yeah, it's like it says here, economies take forever to shift. Yeah,
it does. And this isn't going to happen. But I do feel like for a lot of the stuff that's happening, the courts are definitely getting, they're pushing back. They're saying, no, this is, illegal, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I know he doesn't like that. They tried to put something in that bill that says they don't have to listen to the courts for a year. No, don't think so. And I read this morning that there was a Republican who, I forget his name now, Flood. And he was saying that he didn't know that was in the bill, and he definitely thinks that was wrong. They didn't read the bill. So nobody knows, they don't know what's in it and half the stuff in it. So I don't know, hopefully, but these tariffs, and the Congress needs to get that back from the president too. He's got too much power. So he shouldn't be doing this at all.
They're letting him have too much power. So the auto industry, is he going to end up bankrupting like the big three? You know,
And I laugh because probably it's just
Ford, GM, and
outcomes.
so is Trump's policies going to bankrupt
It's like the stupidity of the whole thing. Just, I mean, I laugh.
in the U.S.? Okay, I'm glad I bought my 2024 Ford Lightning truck, electric truck, last year.
I've got a German car. I
Mm.
have a BMW that's paid off. And I'm like, I'm keeping it. It's paid off. I'm not
Oh
buying
yeah, no, I hang on
not a
to
job
my
anymore.
I hang on to my cars for a long time.
I know. My car needs to get its brakes
So,
done too. So I have no
but I
more
love my electric truck. I absolutely love it. It's a dream to drive.
Well, I do have a Eco Pro mode on my car, so I can do that too.
Right.
It's slower. Press on the gas. I'm like, come on, you can do it. But yeah, luckily mine's paid off. I don't know what I would do. My insurance is crazy. But
He bankrupt
the field old life budget. Yep. But I still, yes, Pegasus, but I think that whole line in there and that budget was unconstitutional anyway. They think they can just like ignore the courts. Oh, so.
Rose Blue says, I have a 1982 Chevy truck. I refuse to sell it. At least I can work on it. Parts are cheaper to buy. Yeah.
Yeah. We just have to make the cars last.
Thing is, I don't have any oil changes or anything like that.
Oh yeah. Oh, I do.
I just plug in my truck. It's I love it.
I'm not buying a new car. I have to fix the house. All right, when you're ready.
Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen here. Do you want to go ahead? You go ahead. You go this time.
No, and I started talking. I was forgetting.
Oh, it's about will Trump's policies bankrupt the big automakers?
Okay, yes. All right. My brain. This is what's happening to me too. Because I don't work anymore. I swear I'm getting to be.
Yeah. Oh, you'll get it back.
I know. The 9 of Pentacles here. So it's kind of people are okay right now, but yeah, it's gonna cause a lot of a little bit of trouble with the 5 of Wands. I do have again with the Hangman a little bit of sacrifice. Somebody's gonna kind of have to give up something. But really, I have illusion, delusion, and the Emperor over here. So this is all up in his head that this is going to happen. I actually don't think that it's even going to get that far. So I really don't. What's on the bottom of this? Oh, the burden. I just think that it's too big of a thing to do. And that's past history. It's in the past. We don't do things that way anymore.
Well, as you said, he's stuck in the 50s, 60s, 70s, and look at the card I got. He's stuck back there.
Yep.
In the past. And he thinks he's going to be, oh yeah, we can build, the factories here. No problem. But it's really going, the industry is really going to take a knock. It's really going to set them back. It's going to affect the legacy and people's, it's going to affect people's, bank accounts and stuff like that.
Right.
And, the auto workers, the companies, they're trying to defend themselves to stay alive, but it's the government policies that are doing them in. To put them to work harder. I don't know if they can, but I it's nothing but.
Yeah. And I don't even think it is a policy right now. I think it's just some stupid idea in his head.
Yeah, it's in his head. Yeah. When I said that the first time, I thought, well, it's not really a policy.
No, because a lot of this stuff, he's throwing out these executive orders that don't mean anything. And some of them are even being written by AI. They don't make any sense. And it's just, stupidity. It's beyond. He doesn't even know what he's signing
No.
either. So they give him talking points and he goes out. I just don't believe, he says all this stuff about how Biden was, but really just remember everything that he accuses people of is a confession.
Oh yes, absolutely.
All of it.
It's there was a grade 8 a high school science teacher that my cousin had, and he would say, when you're pointing a finger at somebody else,
Yep,
there's 3 more pointing back at you.
that's true. That is very true.
Yeah, so he's yeah. Oh my
right.
gosh.
What other?
What sense do you get of how long he's going to last?
Well, again, see that I'm hesitant to get into all that because I've been seeing something entirely different, but it's just there. It's hard for me to do that because I don't want Secret Service. I mean, I'm just a few miles outside of DC.
Right.
I
so that's
love seeing
Secret Service. So it sounds like
yes. Like last summer, there were multiple attempts, and I saw all of that coming. But this time, I think it's worse for him because he's throwing everything and hitting everybody. It's just all his flooding the zone is hitting everyone. You're upsetting everyone around the world somewhere. I mean, it's just, I don't know. I think something's going to happen to him. I just don't want to, I don't know where it's coming from.
I understand.
For entertainment purposes only. So, but yeah, I just don't, I don't know. I don't, I will only say that I don't see all 4 years. That's all I'm going to.
That Butler thing, though, there's something really.
No, that was it. That kid, and he's dead. Yeah, he was a MAGA follower. He didn't. Yeah. He was 20 years old. And I think he was disillusioned with the things that he was saying, and I think that's why he went after him. And I just think it was somebody. And then we had the guy in Florida who was also a MAGA person. It's the MAGA people that are mostly going to go after. They're the ones with the guns. I'm sorry.
I knew it right away. It would be MAGA people, but because people on our side, I mean, against MAGA, don't tend to kill people. They don't think that way.
I mean, the odds are, but now he's just hurting everyone, and it's just kind of like, oh my gosh, it's like the stew. You're just putting in so many different things, and it's just going to eventually make you sick. So if he keeps doing this, he's doing it to himself, and it's all self-inflicted, everything.
I mean, now you don't have to read on this, but I wonder, I just got the thought if he is, I'll be careful with my words here.
Yeah.
If he's harvested.
Sharon.
Uprooted. Will it be an inside job?
Let's see, that's another. Well, there's like so many possibilities that it's ridiculous now. He is just
going to
making everybody mad everywhere. Exactly. And I've never seen anything like it.
No.
And I mean, Iran was initially going after him, and then he had, hello, Mangled Unicorn. Hi, Tara, ask backwards, Jeff. But I don't know. He's just like upsetting everyone. Veterans. My God, the stuff he did at West Point. I mean, just the man is insane. I don't know how long. I don't know.
Well, I've got the 6 of Wands.
Okay.
It could happen. It could happen. They need to restrain him.
It's just,
they don't like what he's doing. Yeah, I think it's a possibility. Yeah, you're right. It could be anybody at this point because he's just pissing off everybody.
Oh, I didn't see the anonymous message, so I really can't read on it, you guys. I was looking for it.
It just says something big's going to happen in July. I think July the 1st or 4th.
On the 4th of July?
It might be July 1st. 6 weeks, please. 6 days, even better. I forget now what
For me,
date.
I need to hear what he said so I can tune
Yeah.
into what he's talking about. I can't figure it out unless I see what he said.
Yeah,
And I have not seen it.
I started to watch it, and then I think I fell asleep in my chair.
What was it under? Because I need to go find it. I've been trying to figure out where it is.
Oh, you'll
Is it under Anonymous or?
Peggy says it was rather vague. Yeah, it was. They just said something big was going to happen.
Well, they did. Didn't they take down Twitter at one point too, though, recently? Was that them?
Oh, I don't know.
They did something to, and there was some, or they, oh, I know what it was. They went after the Doge dashboard, which was a joke. And they changed it, or somebody hacked it, which was great.
Ocean Garnet says, I just watched a clip showing Janine Pirro being sworn in.
Why?
Yep. I like this rose blue. Ocean Garnet, Pirro, and Hexes are the liquor cabinet.
Seriously, I know. It's like the Fox liquor cabinet. Why are these people? And that stupid guy that is working with, how can I put it? Pash Cattell.
Yes.
I'm doing it. I don't want to say it the right way. I'm trying to put it. Pash Cattell or whatever. That guy, Bongino dude, was his position was supposed to be somebody who was a career, somebody who worked for the government, not some stupid podcaster.
So Mango Unicorn says about Anonymous, yes, they toyed with Twitter and Felon. Yeah.
So they're working 24/7. Good.
I hope so. Oh, there's a connection link to that video.
Oh, thank you, Pegasus.
Yeah.
I'll check that out. Wait,
yeah.
Quickly grab it. I'm trying to grab your. I think I have to do it in here.
Well, why do you think he's appointing all these idiots? Like, is it just to make him feel smarter?
I think it is to gum up the works, mostly. I mean, he wants the agencies to fail, pretty much. And he's doing a good job.
He just wants to bring down the government, period.
Because RFK Jr. is a joke. And I wasn't going to work for him. And the other person at the agency I actually worked under is crazy. He's in that job. So
I'd like to read on that. Like, why is he, just to confirm that, why is he appointing these incompetent people?
Stupid people. They are. I don't care.
Why is he appointing these incompetent people?
And it's heartbreaking.
It is heartbreaking.
I mean, for those of us who've worked for the government, for the U.S. government, to have to deal with these crazy people coming in, this is worse than the first time. I mean, last time we had Price. Yeah. In 1.0, we had in HHS, we had Tom Price, and he would go on these trips and send us emails. I'll never forget it because I started deleting them at one point. But he was like, I'm in the Virgin Islands doing such and such. And I'm thinking, what are you doing in the Virgin Islands? You're telling us that you're waste, fraud, and abuse right now. You're just stealing from the government. And I was like, what's he doing? And we'd laugh, be like, he's not doing anything. It was, it was plain sight. And they finally got him out.
Well, I know that's what's happening with everything. Trump is doing everything in plain sight. He does not care.
I know. Like, why is he doing
this? Why?
What did you get? Yep, that's exactly right. What I got.
Yeah,
I'm not even clarifying.
This out, actually.
I'll tell you what I've got. I got the 4 of Wands reversed. He's trying to turn over the house and mess it all up. I've got the World here, so I mean, basically everyone's watching this craziness, and all the work that we've done in the government, everything everybody works so hard on is on its head as well. I've got the 3 of Swords, and I have the Tower. He's trying to destroy it all.
Yeah, my cards don't make sense, so I guess I should have used another deck, so I'm not even gonna say what I got.
Why
Um,
not?
well, just a minute. Uh, I got here.
I got the tower. That's exactly it for me.
Um,
Oh, there's JR. Hello.
well, the first card's this. The 7 of Wands.
Okay.
And then the Queen of Swords, like,
Mm-hmm.
and then
I mean, they're trying to make a good show of it from what I see with your cards. It just seems like they're just trying to, they're just putting placeholders in
yeah,
these jobs mostly. It's just, they're not
exactly.
even.
It's to do with him. It's the loyalist to him,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, and the Hermit. Like
Yep.
the U.S. is not going to be out in the
Yeah. Withdrawing.
withdrawing. Yeah,
Mm.
and
But
then the energy is yeah.
yes.
The U.S. is dead and gone. That's what he's going.
For now. I think with better leadership, we can probably get back, but it's going to
Oh, I
take
think yeah, it's going to take a while.
because he was gone and then he returned. And that really, really, really messed up our relationship with the world.
Oh, absolutely. But he totally cheated. I mean,
Well, he shouldn't even have been there.
no, he shouldn't have been a candidate.
Shouldn't have been, which is
No.
why I call him illegitimate this time. Again,
Yeah.
the records, the insurrection, and the felonies should have disqualified him.
Absolutely. That's why I don't get. The other thing about, now I'm not blowing our horn, but I'm just saying it doesn't need to be as complicated. For example, we have Elections Canada, and it's just one agency that handles all the election stuff and all the rules and
Mhm.
stuff like that. Whereas you seem to have state by state,
Well,
everybody's different.
some things are different in each state. I mean, it's like in Maryland where I live.
Right.
Now, I don't belong to a political party, so
Mm.
I can't vote in any of the all of a sudden I can't think. The
Primaries?
primaries, like my brain is just going, yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't get to vote in primaries right now, although I'm considering switching. I'm
Mm.
not going back to Republican. Don't worry, people. That'll never happen
No,
for the
I
rest of
know.
my life. That's over.
I didn't ask you.
Yeah, but I'm nervous about it because I got totally screwed over by the last one I belonged to.
Mm,
So I'm
mm,
kind of hanging. But some states are different where if you don't belong to a party, then you can still vote in them.
mm,
It's a little different.
mm.
But and the country has a constitution, and then the states have a constitution also. And then there's some different laws in each state. Not everybody does everything the same way. It is a little complicated, but it's also, but now everything's just
Yeah.
like right now, and this is a crazy thing, it's a little bit off topic slightly, and
Mm.
that is that they're trying to take so the Department of Interior manages all of our national parks. So
Right.
what Trump is trying to do now
Oh, to
is
log
give
them.
that to the states. But the states probably don't have the funding to do that. You just can't like stop
Exactly.
it and expect the states to pick it up. And so that's kind of one way we
He's doing
need to
that
have
with a lot of
federal
things,
level.
pushing it back on the states. He's doing that with a lot of things.
Yeah, but the states can't handle all of this
No,
stuff,
no,
and
they
they
don't have the
think
money.
have the states doing food inspections. And it's like,
Mhm.
wait a minute, they're not specialized. These people are going to have to be trained. They're going to have to.
Exactly.
It's going to cost the states a lot more
Yeah.
to get inspectors, and I mean, it's just going to be, and no one's going to be doing it the same, and we're going to start getting sick. And I'm going through the grocery store thinking, oh, is this the last time I know that this food is safe? And what about drugs? And I'm just really worried. So,
I bet you are. Well,
oh,
yeah.
Texas voter registration doesn't say what you are. Really? That's interesting. See, everything's
Mm.
completely different. Yeah, independent.
Yes,
Parties
yes,
are part of the problem.
registering for voting, it's all done through Elections Canada. Like, we've just got it
Mhm.
streamlined.
Well,
One agency.
I think we do have like a federal elections. I forget what it is, or if it's a board or whatever. But there are some things that they do all have to follow. I don't. I'm not. I was never involved with that, but I mean, there was like an oversight kind of thing. But it's just everything. Yeah, it is different. It is. It's a little confusing and it's hard to
Yeah.
really nail. So when we're reading on the states, I don't know. Like I live on the East Coast. I've only lived in Maryland and Pennsylvania. And so I don't know
Well,
what all the other states are doing.
the fact that some states can take voters off the off the voters roll, like,
They shouldn't be able to.
no, you shouldn't be able to.
And you're supposed to
And you just,
if
as I said, we
somebody
just have the
passes
one.
away, yeah, you're
Yes.
supposed to like notify Social Security. You're supposed to notify people that the person's gone. So, I mean, I don't know. It's just not. It's all the stuff they're saying just isn't right, and they're
I'm just
messing up
Googling,
everything.
something. I'll be right back.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Our campaigns. Oh, this is true. Rose Blue is saying the campaigns go on for this last time around. It was like 2 years. It went on. It was horrifying, and we still lost. Yeah, 3 months. It would be nice if we had shorter campaigns.
oh yeah, as I said, they drop the writ and off we go, and it's about anywhere from 60 to 90 days for the federal, and that's it. So there's this intense electioneering, and then you vote. Okay,
Yep,
just
that's true. Our elections cost too much because they last too long, and that brings in the billionaires to own our employees. Yep. And Husk can fork off, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, what else do you want to look at?
Okay, so yeah, it's Elections Canada
Yeah.
is headed by the Chief Electoral Officer of Canada, and it's an independent, nonpartisan agency of Parliament. Its primary task
Okay.
is to be prepared at all times to administer an electoral event. There you go. Yeah. So I said we can have snap elections, like for example,
We
any
expect elections.
prime ministers, and let's say they're trying to pass a bill, and the opposition feels they don't have the enough votes to have it passed, they can call a vote of no confidence, which means an election has to be called.
Mhm.
So, anyways, it's interesting.
Yeah.
The other thing that's interesting about the Canadian system is that you've got the prime minister and you've got the leader of the opposition, and they're in parliament and they're sitting across from each other, like our parliamentary system is
Mhm.
from the English, and so they're
Right.
debating things right there.
Well,
There's debate all the time.
in ours are supposed to mostly do that. I mean, ours do sit on like opposite sides. It's more of a like half moon kind of thing for
No, but
ours
you've got the executive
up
is
there.
right. You don't, whereas every time,
No, we've got the GOP on one side and the Democrats on the other,
yeah, in
and
the House, yeah,
they
the
do
House
they
of
can do that, except that
House
nobody
of
wants to work with
Representatives and
anyone
the
anymore.
Senate. But I'm just saying, everybody's there.
Okay.
Yeah, Senate and
Yours actually attend.
yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. The Senate in Canada is different. They're appointed, and they
Okay.
basically rubber stamp whatever goes through. They might do the odd
Wow.
amendment, but they basically rubber stamp.
They're basically like our house at the moment.
Yes, exactly.
So
Exactly.
that's interesting.
Yeah.
So, yeah, because our Senate is going to be pushing back on this big ugly bill. I will not.
Mhm. Oh, I'd like to read on that.
Okay.
Will they, will it pass the Senate? Will the
No.
big ugly bill pass the Senate?
Right now, they don't have the votes for that.
Mm.
Which is good. So I want them to push back on it, and they need to look at it because they snuck a lot of bad stuff in there. mean, I'm telling you.
Pegasus is saying that Reagan was in dementia while he was in office. Yeah, I knew that, but at least he had steady, people around him.
And I'd like to see something tacked on to the Constitution about age limit for presidents. It's like after
Yes.
70 years old, you shouldn't be allowed to run.
Exactly.
35 years old and born in America, but you cannot. I mean, these people are too old. Biden was too old. I thought he was a good president, though, but this guy is too old.
Yeah. No, he was
crazy the first time, too. So
yeah. No, I thought he was too old as well. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Will the big bad bill pass the Senate?
Yeah. Big bad bill works too. I like that. Because it isn't beautiful. You're going to hurt millions of Americans with that bill.
I don't think so.
Yeah, these aren't making any sense. No, I'm just going to pull 3 out of this. I just want a yes or no answer. So pulling too many cards, and that doesn't help. Oh. Tower.
Yeah. And I got that.
Yep.
And this.
Yep. This. Empress reverse too.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't think they'll get it.
They want to. I know the Senate wants to tear it apart though and put it into smaller parts and get rid of some stuff.
Oh yeah.
And I think that judicial thing in there is going to get taken out.
Well, I know they've done a few of those kinds of things. These big, super big bills. They've done it in Canada too. In the recent, it's crazy.
Right? No one has time to read it.
No.
And they need to put it in there. And oops, there's a card.
Things can get snuck in there.
Yep. It's very bad. But no, I think that one will die. So it's not going to be as it is. And thankfully our Senate, it acts like they've got some adults in it. But yeah, until we can at least get the Democrats to get the House back, which really needs to happen, we've got to get Mike Johnson out of there. He's horrible.
Oh my God, yes.
He is absolutely despicable.
Do you ever see AOC as House leader? That came up.
I don't know if right now. I think
after
feels like a Hakeem Jeffries has that right now. He
does, yeah.
But I mean,
thinking he doesn't have any teeth. He's not very inspiring.
I don't think it's impossible. I think it could happen down the line for her a little bit more. So she's starting to establish herself pretty well.
Yeah.
I find her to be interesting to listen to. And she and Bernie are doing a really wonderful job out there. So, yes.
No, I'm not getting good cards on it right now. Maybe later.
Okay. Well, it's been an hour and 15 minutes about.
That flew by.
I know, and I want to thank you for joining me. So it's been a long time.
Thank you. It has been a long time, and congratulations on your retirement, even though it's not quite when you wanted to do it, but I'm glad you got out. Crazy.
Yeah, I escaped. That's what it felt like too, because I was trying to quietly leave. I felt like I was escaping from the mafia. It felt that crazy. I was so scared. I was like,
he is a mob boss. He's acting like a mob boss. So
I know I was worried about them finding me on YouTube and everything, because I didn't tell people I worked for the government. I did my job by not doing that. I cleared everything with my ethics office. I told them what I was doing, and they were fine. So when I monetized, Well, I'm working on getting monetized right now too. So we're
Mhm,
taking care of that in
mhm,
the background right now. I
mhm,
gotta let them finish reviewing my channel and then hopefully I can get it going again. But now I actually probably do need to do it where I didn't before.
mhm.
But no, but I mean, it's just the whole thing has been very scary and I'm still trying to get processed through OPM. So I'm a little nervous about this still, but I feel like we all do need to speak up now. And I am
Mhm,
seeing that it was good when MSNBC brought on some feds who were fired or whatever, who
mhm,
riffed or so on and so forth. And they came on the TV and were
mhm,
there. And so I was really proud of them because it's scary right now. But I
mhm.
feel like if we give in, then he wins. And that's one reason I had to come back. And because I
Yeah,
want to fight now. So,
exactly.
yeah.
No, you can't roll over and die. It's I mean, that's
Mm-mm.
what they're counting on. Well, I'd love to come back. I mean,
Of
I came up on
course.
American politics because it does affect us,
Yes.
so,
Well, now I feel more comfortable reading on it too. So, and I can be I don't have to hold so
exactly,
much in, and I feel more authentic now because I can tell you guys I
yeah.
worked for the government for 34 years.
Well, the
So,
thing is I can bring the Canadian perspective as well, so,
yes.
yeah.
Yes, and I really enjoyed this, and I do wanna do this again, and I wanna
Okay.
learn more about, Canada, and I've known you since 2021 when we were
Mhm,
doing other readings
mhm,
and things.
mhm,
Consider you a friend, and it's nice to have
mhm.
someone give us your perspective, and it's,
Remember that
it's
open
intertwined.
mic that we op
Yes.
open mic that we all attended? You were so nervous, we all
I
were.
was terrified.
But look at you
I was
now.
just like, "Uh,
Yeah.
uh, I was so scared. I can't watch it, it's cringe for me now.
Oh,
But
I know, but
all right. Well,
you gotta
anyway,
start
thank you,
somewhere.
everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
You
no,
were
I said,
saying?
you gotta start somewhere.
Yep. Well, thank you, everybody, for, coming in to watch our show today. We had around 35 folks or so, which is pretty good during the middle of the day, so I'm really happy to have that. And thank you, Sharon, for joining me today.
You're welcome.
And yes, we will
Let's
do
do
it
it
again.
again. Let's do it
So
again.
please, everyone, like and subscribe, and her link is below. So if you haven't subscribed over there, please, take a
Thank
look and please thumbs up. And
thank you.
have a great week, everyone. Bye.